Okay, welcome back to the next session. It will be on investing in education technology with Raymond. Actually, in our previous session as well, Manny actually asked about investments to get fundings and all that. So I think Raymond will be a very good person to actually share with you on how he actually invests in education technology here. So Raymond is a serial entrepreneur with 3 successful IPOs, and he's currently a GP at Kejora, a Southeast Asia-focused VC focusing on cross-border ventures. And over the past 12 years, he has invested in more than 30 startups as angels, accelerators, VCs. And these startups actually span from fintech, co-working spaces, e-commerce, as well as education itself. And in 2011, he also serves as an advisor to a China-based education group, Global EdTech Management. And with Raymond's vast experience, we believe that he will be able to be a really good speaker to talk about investing in EdTech. So I'll pass the stage to Raymond.
Hi, good morning. It's a good Sunday morning. I think this is definitely a good topic to talk about, especially after COVID. And there's definitely a strong trend of changes in education, leveraging of technology. I can say that, with my own kids, one in primary, one in high school, things are definitely changing a lot. And we really look forward to more disruptive kind of model that can really challenge the current mainstream model, overcome the kind of inefficiency and the kind of constraint in the current mainstream education model, right? And and quantum leap our education into next era using new technology, especially in AI. So I know I just have 20 minutes, so I'm just going to go straight into an overview of this the landscape of EdTech in Southeast Asia, which is getting more crowded. I guess Serene, they can see this slide, right? Yeah, I would say so. So
yes,
over here,
I think we want to present it in full screen instead, so they can see better.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me do this. I just want to make sure everything is fine. Okay, so this is a print screen of this top 50 tech startup. Okay, I got it from the Topical website. It's very well compiled. It shows the different verticals within the education's industry that startups are trying to overcome various kind of issues, right? From the left, you have a lot into a language and the learning part. So you have the Bahasa, Cakap, Elsa, right? Kitopi, Link Agile, right? I can see that is very popular, especially in non-English speaking countries like Vietnam and Indonesia. And then you have the skills and jobs, right? Especially previously we have Future Lab as well as K Alpha, right? They are more or less in that kind of verticals. Provide a platform whereby they can get mentors, on whether P2P basis to help students or learners, okay, seeking skill set and to network as well. Yeah, and the other thing is the STEM and coding. Okay, we have a few coding schools which is doing online. Particularly, I'm really interested in the higher educations. They are not just about college admissions. Some of them are doing even online international school. Over here, we have emeritus, which target more on the university level as well as executive programs, primarily executive programs, and linking to different top universities and provide those programs for executive, right, to upskill or reskill themselves. And we have education financing. I think this is interesting, definitely. Education is known to be one of the key lifetime expenses that either will take away your lifetime saving or put you into a lifetime debt. So financing is definitely one thing that can provide a solution to the world. And we have certain things more on the management side, the verifications. We have the platform for providing a more wholesome and structured learning environment, right? We have Codemy EduSuite. And then we have the learner support, tutoring, test preparations, like the CoLearn, yes, Run Guru. My team in Sunsea Capital, by the way, yeah, Sunsea Capital is a corporate VC arm from the Sunway group. So because Sunway, we have a strong education division, business unit. We actually actively look into educations. One of the things that we have actively pursued is always disrupting our own model, challenge our own model. And Sunway have invested in this Lab 42. For those who don't know Lab 42, it is a freemium model in a way. It's like it's a lab whereby you can go in there to learn coding, and it's a self-paced program over a duration whereby you actually move yourself from one level to the other level, and upon graduations from that 42 lab, there will be companies, enterprise, who will be looking for those graduates. So like in Malaysia, I heard from my partners in Sunway iLab, CIMB, Carson, HSBC, I think Microsoft, right, Google. They are also looking for 42 labs graduates. So over here, my team have compiled and restructures the landscape of the edu startup and put in a price tag, right? Showing that who are in the Series A, Series B, and Series C players. Kejora, this is another fund, right? We actually have invested in a company called SnapAsk, right? So particularly we are interested in two models. One is the AI. The other one is the remodeling of the whole education landscape or the system. The AI part is this SnapAsk company, and also another company called the Math Espresso. SnapAsk is a startup that based out in Hong Kong and have gone regional. They basically snap a photo of mathematics questions and they will crowdsource the answer from teachers, right? Student buy credit of a couple of hundreds, and they will burn the credit by asking the math questions. Normally, the AI system, the machines, will match them with the right teacher so that they can get the answer or guidance to the questions within like 5 seconds. It has covered, now SnapAsk has grown a lot. It has now basically expanded to Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, right, Taiwan. And SnapAsk is even exploring working with corporate out of each country and work with government so that they can bring these tools to the mainstream classroom, right? I can talk a bit more about that because we invested in them, right? And I really like the fact that they use AI to do the matching between the student and teachers, and they plan an overview of the student performance and strength and weakness, across the portfolio of the classroom. That has helped fine-tune how teachers can deliver their teaching in math. So the other company, Math Espresso, is a Korean startup, right? They're basically using machine learning, right, to handle math questions, and basically it is the machines that reply to the question of mathematics, right? And University of Hokkaido and Seoul University, they also pilot test and use that Math Espresso for the students. So I think the futures, right, for applying AI will just get even deeper and wider. That's the reason why Kejora, we invested in this AI-based EdTech startups. The other part of it I'm really interested is about the remodeling, right? What I mean by remodeling is the mainstream educations over years are pretty much tied down to a physical school facilities, and and the way the exam are structured are also in a way constraining, right, to learners. We see changes over here. There's one recently. There's a startup called Crimson. Right, the founder is really a genius. He had attended Harvard, Stanford for the master, and now he's doing a PhD with Oxford. Right, but when he attended Harvard at the age of 17, he really started this Crimson platform, which is like a college admissions thing that helps students to apply to the top universities around the world. Now, but the key thing I like about them is they have evolved into a licensed online international school. Right, it happens so that they are fundraising and they have approached Sunway, Sunsea Capital. I look at the model. The thing I like about it is about they can run their education things 24/7. They match the mentors and the tutors from the outer world with the students, with aspiring students, especially out of Southeast Asia, New Zealand, China, Singapore, and now they're coming into Malaysia. The good thing about them is not about just help you to strategize how you can differentiate against other top students to get into top university. What I like about them is about their education model is a bit more future-proof, right? Even you look into the A-level, SCGAC, if you study that, you can tell that this is much more flexible compared to the mainstream one. So I kind of like this kind of remodeling model, but at the same time, I would like to combine that with a 42 model. Why remodeling? Because, I mean, like I highlighted earlier, we have this education is one of your lifetime expenses, whereby if you take away your life saving and put you into a lifetime debt. A lot of students upon graduate, they really like overburdened with that before they start earning their own money in their career, right? So we think it's time for technologies to mainstream education such a way that the cost of educations, right, from primary end to end, from primary until college, right, should be half, all right, by the current standard. A 42 lab is really good because it linked the skill set to the student, the skill set that are in demand, right, by the enterprise, by the job market directly to the learner, to the students. And students do not have to pay to go through the school. It's a self-paced, but of course, it depends on your talents and your efforts, but at least it provides equal opportunities, all right, to students to reskill themselves, to upskill themselves. So that's the part that I feel that currently, if you were to ask me what kind of startup I will invest in when it comes to EdTech, right, I'd like to challenge the aspiring EdTech entrepreneur to look beyond the current model which is out there right now. Okay, I would say this is EdTech maybe 2.0, right? EdTech 1.0 are into the learning management platform and all those things maybe about 10 years ago. This is EdTech 2.0. I'm more looking forward towards the EdTech 3.0, whereby there are deeper applications of the AI and also other technologies that help bring down the cost of educations, and at the same time, maybe even to provide a free education in a way, but the monetizations come from the other forms. With that, I'd like to maybe invite Serene and maybe someone else just to join me for any Q&A session. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Raymond. One of the questions that was posted by Howie, like I might be wrong, but from my experience, I find that VC in general might not necessarily understand the segment for various reasons. Do you see that private equity is a better option?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat the question again?
Okay. Okay. So, Howie actually asked, find that VC might not necessarily understand EdTech itself. So, do you see that private equity may be a better option?
No, I don't think so. Private equity normally is a big investment, right? They come in more or less at when the startup or the or the education's company become more mature, right? I think understanding the things is more about depending on the partners in the VC company, whether they have the domain knowledge and the passion about that industry. So so sometimes it takes someone who is out from the industry to challenge the industry so that they come up with an out of the box solution, right? Sometimes. So and typically I would say VC is more suitable because it tends to be more risk oriented. They will go into a startup which the model is still very new, very emerging and unproven, but theoretically it has a chance to really change the current system a lot. Yeah, I mean that's my point of view. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. I think we have more questions that I think we can post it up on our panel discussion later at 2. So I'll see you at that panel discussion.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing. So if you guys, I actually shared Raymond's LinkedIn up on the chat section. So if you guys want to connect with Raymond, you can do so on LinkedIn. All right.
By the way, I mean those startup. I mean those some of the audience who are really those participating in this session. I guess they have the passion and for educations, and if they really want to, they have some idea even at the initiation stage, to challenge our current system in Malaysia, especially. Okay, feel free to reach out. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.